Hey guys, B-Man here. Welcome to today's video. Today we've got an awesome one for you guys. What we have today is practically an unlock all glitch or a use locked items glitch, guys. Now this is amazing. This is going to be able to have you using all those camos that wipe, using blueprints that you don't own, using overclock on your attachments and overclocking your field upgrades, tacticals and lethals and all of that stuff, and using the locked overclocks and all sorts, guys. This is absolutely amazing. And the best thing about this is when you prestige, all of your stuff gets locked, and it sucks trying to build another class up, and you have to play for a while as you're leveling up to unlock the items. You got your classes which aren't ideal, can't run your meta classes and things like that. So with this glitch, you're going to be able to prestige, and then you can just straight away just run everything, guys, and have the perfect class set up and everything. This is amazing, and even outbeats the anti-cheat. So even if you're using unlock tools to be able to have mastery camos and all sorts of blueprints and stuff like that, this is how you'll be able to get those working as well. So with that said, you guys know the deal. Get down there if you haven't already. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me that awesome comment. We'll have a quick word about the channel sponsor, then we'll just get straight into this, guys. Want to unlock all the new mastery camos like Singularity? Check out MitchCactus, the biggest and most reliable in Call of Duty. They offer instant delivery DLC codes like Monster Energy and lobbies delivered in under an hour. Everything is 100% safe and legit for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Trusted by the community, MitchCactus has over 20,000 reviews, making them the go-to for all things Call of Duty and other games like Battlefield 6. Save up to 60% off with the Black Friday sale on now for a limited time only. Get in quick and use code BMAN for 5% off. Now, for this video, guys, it can be very complicated and hard for me to explain it to every people because lots of people will be at different levels of understanding. Lots of people have done this glitch back in Black Ops 6, and this glitch is pretty much the same as in the Black Ops 6 if you understood how I made all of those videos back in Black Ops 6 for the classes that do not wipe. The principles are exactly the same. Now, some people won't have all the knowledge from that past, so I need to explain everything. This is going to be a long video. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create loadouts that do not wipe. Now, if you understood this from Black Ops 6, what pretty much how it works is when you start the game, you only have the basic 5 first loadouts. Then loadout 6, loadout 7, loadout 8, loadout 9 are all additional loadouts, okay? The additional loadouts are the loadouts that you can create, and if you create those loadouts from the very first second you create that additional loadout, it has items in that loadout. If it's created with the items already in the loadout that are meant to be locked, that loadout will bug out and become a permanently allowing locked items loadout as long as that entire life of that loadout, it does not go without having items in it that are locked. So that is what I mean by the additional loadouts that you create to have locked items. Now, if you mess these additional loadouts up, they'll end up like this with blank bits on them, and when they go like this, they'll no longer be able to have locked items in them working, guys, okay? So keep that in mind. If you mess this up and you have the loadouts, the additional loadouts go without having locked items in them, it breaks the glitch and they will no longer be able to run locked items in that specific loadout. So for this video, as you see, loadout 6 for me has already been ruined, so we can only do this on this profile on loadout 7, 8, and 9 until we prestige, and then after we prestige, it will wipe the 6 back out, and then I'll go and prestige this, and we'll show you us doing it with the 6 loadout after prestiging. So, some people that have already created their loadouts, they may have to prestige to be able to do this. Some people have not even created more loadouts, and they'll have the ability to do it without prestiging. And either or, let's get in and show you how to do this. Oh, as I was making this video, guys, you're about to see that this custom class that you just seen was fully wiped. This class actually fixed it, come right, and is also a class that does not wipe as well. So if we back out, it does not wipe to a fully wiped class, and all we had to do is, you'll see in this video when I do it, we just went along and we created 7, 8, 9. Then in game, we deleted the blank custom class 6, we duplicated this class 7 over 6, and then after that game, as you can see here, 6 turned into one of the classes that does not wipe as well, even though that beforehand it was a class that had everything wiped and everything blank, and it was not being one of the classes that do not wipe. It's come right, and after that, it's actually turned into one of the classes does not wipe. So there is still hope for the people. Even if you have classes that wipe, you might just be able to simply get one class that does not wipe, dupe it over the wiping class, and then it will turn the wiping class into a class that does not wipe as well. To do this, we're going to set up 7, 8, and 9 with the locked items. How do we even get the locked items into those classes? Let's show you right now. So we have custom class 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so on, right? Well, over in private match, we have the same. Custom class 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, over in custom private match, we can set up our class and then bring that class over into online. So let's go along and do that right now. And in that class, we can set up all of the locked items because the items are unlocked in private match. Now, when you get over into private match, the first thing you need to do is you need to go along, you need to have Gunfighter Wildcard and create a build that requires Gunfighter Wildcard. The reason for that is when you equip this, you will actually get the option to undo. When you press undo, it takes that gun out and it resets the class. That is what we're actually going to be doing. We're going to be pressing undo, but once we get back online, and that's what will bring this class into online, okay? So before we do that, we need to set this class up with the items in this that we want to take online. We're going to be for this using Overkill. You cannot bring over Gunfighter Wildcard with classes with this, unfortunately. So we're going to go along and we're going to set up this class. Now this is a locked blueprint. This is a duped camo and glitched blueprints and stuff that are locked from my other account, so this would normally wipe. We're going to set that up, and then we're going to go along and we might as well set up another weapon too. So we'll come along to the sniper rifle and we will set up another locked blueprint with the camo that would normally wipe. So then we'll come across and we might as well do it also to this that would normally wipe. Then we can go along to here and we can set up the field upgrades. Now with this, while you're here, go along to all of the field upgrades and equipped all of the active overclocks, because these ones here carry over to online. So when you're back online, these overclocks will remain equipped on these items. So for here, as you see, we've got the proximity flash, we've got the active camo with the recloak and things like that. We can use all of these online. We've got the bigger amplifier and all sorts. So for this one, we will use the recloak. So we'll add in recloak with that. Now also, you've got your overclocks for all of your tacticals, so come along and put all of those in. So for this tactical here, we have flashbang with the additional flashes, and here we've got the controllable fuse on the cluster grenade and stuff like that. You can go along and set up all of your perks. So we'll go along, set up ninja, I guess, blast link and dexterity and so on like this. Now this class here is a whole heap of locked items, but we can use them online. So now that we've got this class set up, all we need to do is bring this into online. All we need to do that is we need to go into here, we need to equip our gunfighter wildcard requiring weapon, then we need to back out into online really fast and then say undo on the undo option when we get online. So let's go along and do that right now. So we equip this and then we back out. Go into online and then we say undo once we're online. Now we come over to here and that class, whatever loadout you done that with, will be sitting over here. Now at this point, don't back out of this class, otherwise all of this will wipe and you've done all of that for nothing. So at this point here, we need to favorite this class, set to favorite. And now with this class here, with all of these locked items in this class, this is how we create loadout 6, 7, 8, and 9 with all of these locked items. And then they will become the classes that can run these. Now there's also a way for that, so that we're not done yet. So we come over to here and then we say create new with that, and it comes with these. Now we could go along to another one and we could create another one, and then we could create another one, right? Now these ones here, oops, we went too far with those ones. So those ones there, we just messed up. I don't know why those didn't stay as this one's favorite. I have no idea why those went to that. Those should not have gone to those at all. So we're going to go along and delete those. But this is why I'm going to, because I might have already created these loadouts on this profile, and if you have and this happens to you, just you're going to have to prestige. This profile may need to prestige to be able to use all of these. We've got one class, but you need two classes to be able to use them. So we're going to go along to this here, and we're going to favorite this one. Set the favorite with the locked items in it. Then we're going to say create new again. Custom class 8, and it's come with that. Now we can go along to this one. We can set the favorite, and then we can say create new again. And as you see, these are coming with the locked items. Now we can go along, we can set the favorite, and then we can say create new again. Now we've got 10 classes with the locked items. These later ones have all got the locked items in them, right? And at this point, now we can back out of our loadout, come over to the lobby screen and come back to the loadouts. Now you will notice that loadout 1 wiped out. Loadout 6 wiped out because that was not the one. Loadout 7 did not wipe out. Loadout 8 did not wipe out. Loadout 9 did not wipe out. And loadout 10 did not wipe out. Now, loadout 7, loadout 8, we can come back to here now and see this now has wiped, has items in it that would normally wipe. Well, now this loadout does not wipe. We can actually edit this loadout and it will not wipe and stuff like that. So now we could go along and instead we could have this one, which would wipe normally because it's got an overclock that is locked, right? It's locked overclock. We can go along and we can equip that into there, right? Then we can back out, we can come back in, and that remains in there, right? With the different overclock into it. So now we've got this one and we've got this one here with these two different items that are fully locked. Now let's go into game and show you guys how we would actually run these, because we can't just select the class. There's actually a way that you have to use these guys. Okay, so we load in, and then you see that these classes here are here. Do not just select these classes. You will ruin them if you do that. What you need to do is, you see we've got the classes 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well, we can use 2 of those classes, and 2 of them we can use as the ones that we need to delete to bring the other ones in. So like loadout 6, we could delete that loadout 6. Then go to loadout 7. We could say duplicate on loadout 7, and it would put the loadout 7 into loadout 6. We can then select that loadout. Now, I think loadout 6 was one that we didn't have, that we've already broken, so it probably might not work. So, as you see here, oh no, loadout 6 is working. We'll just let them kill us to see if we keep it, right? But over there. Okay, loadout 6 for us is still working, so you can use it to delete. So how that works is just that simple, guys. And now we have working all of the items just like an unlock all, guys, and it's just that simple. We're running camos without them wiping easily, all game between deaths. We're running weapons and blueprints of weapons. This blueprint, this profile does not own the blueprint. We're running overclocking on things. We can cook our cluster grenade. We can have a triple one of this. We can use our, we have our camo, and when we get our camo and we fire with our camo, it will not end our camo, and all of that, guys. Everything unlock all. Now, awesome thing is what we can also do is we can go along and we can edit the class. So we could go along to this, and maybe we don't want that gun in there, right? Maybe we want a different gun in there. So we want to not have a blueprint. As you see, this is the blueprint too. Oh, sorry, we didn't actually put a blueprint over, I don't think, for that one. So that's why that's not a blueprint. But as you see here, this is the Mastercraft blueprint and everything. Now, what we can also do is maybe we don't want active camo. We wanted squad link, right? Put the squad link in. Now, hey, look at this cool glitch, guys. Extra cool glitch. Now we got a cool glowing gun. Well, we did have. And now we've got squad link, right? We can go along and we could run this with the squad link. We're dying, but we still keep squad link and everything, and all of the stuff's still working. So the classes just work, guys, and it's absolutely awesome. As long as you know not to let the classes have items in them and no item in them that's locked. As long as the class always has a locked item in that class, it will remain like this awesome. And all you need to do is you need to delete one of the classes that allow the locked items, and then duplicate another class that allows locked items into that class to use it. So you need more than one of the classes that allow locked items in order to use this, guys. But as you see, as long as you stick to the rule, this is really cool. You can use all of this stuff really well and everything, and then we can just go straight back. We don't want squad link, and we want the fear trap, right? We can go to that, and it keeps all of the active overclocks on it. We don't want the flashbang. Maybe we want something else. We want the psych grenade with the overclock. We don't want this one. We want the Simtech with the ability to cook it, right? Then we can go along and we can just try alter the class like that on the fly, and all of these items are locked items, locked overclocks and everything, guys. We've got the ability to cook our Simtech, holding it between deaths and everything, guys. It's just working. We're running the camos that would normally wipe between deaths and everything. Same with this gun. We want to swap this gun out. We could just go along and swap it to something else. Say we want to go along and run the locked camo on this gun, right? So we'll go along and put this gun into here, right? Then we come along, we select the class, and now we can just use that gun with that camo and everything, guys. We've got absolutely, just ignore the anti-cheat broken, ignore the anti-cheat classes set up, guys. And these classes is just awesome, right? Game after game after game. Simple as, easy as, guys. And after that game, this is the classes here. So as you see, loadout 6 now looks like this. Those are those items that we've put in there and everything. Now you just got to know that you don't select the class itself where to use these classes. Classes 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 as the classes that do not wipe. If they've got stuff in them that would normally wipe, you need to delete another one of those classes to dupe that class into that class to use it. So if you're trying to use loadout 7, you need to delete loadout 6 or loadout 8, 9, or 10, and then duplicate loadout 7 and use the duplicate. You never actually try and use the actual loadout. You only use the duplicate of the loadout, if that makes sense. Now, with that said, to show you guys why this is a class that does not wipe, let's go along and equip those items over to here. So if we were to go along and try and equip that item into here and then back out, that would wipe. As you see, that's an item that wipes. Same with over here. We're to go along and now equip these. See, we equipped all the overclocks in private match and they stayed into online. Well, if we were to try and equip those into these classes, they would just wipe out, guys. Same with the tactical, is the flashbang with the cook 3 additional times. We equipped it into this class, we back out and it would just wipe. In order to equip those into normal classes, we would have to go along and actually say a remove on these items on the overclock so that they no longer wipe. But we don't need to do that because we have these classes where we can just use them. So we could just go along and customize these classes right here, and then we just delete one of these other ones and we dupe this into it and we can use them. Simple as, easy as. You can customize these classes and they will not wipe as long as you keep them with at least one of the items in them that is locked, guys. And it's really simple, really easy to do. Then when we get in game, I delete this one and we just dupe this into it. Simple as, easy as. With that said, you guys know the deal. Get down there, smash that like button for me, subscribe if you're not already. Keep being awesome, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. B-Man